Zimbabwe's President Robert Mugabe and opposition leader Morgan Tsvangirai were downbeat when they emerged from another negotiating session.
We have not finished yet.
There was no conclusion to the discussions.
Former South African President Thabo Mbeki is also in Zimbabwe, mediating the talks between Mugabe's ZANU-PF party and Tsvangirai's Movement for Democratic Change. They are trying to salvage last month's power-sharing agreement. Under the agreement, Mr. Mugabe would remain as president, Tsvangirai would be prime minister. But the agreement hit a major stumbling block this week after President Mugabe assigned key ministries, including defense, home, and foreign affairs, to his own party. At a rally, Morgan Tsvangirai threatened to pull out of the deal.
This struggle is about change. If we are not given the instruments of effecting change in your lives, then this arrangement is stillborn.
Zimbabwe has been without an official government since presidential elections in March. Tsvangirai won the most votes, but he pulled out of the June runoff because of alleged state-sponsored violence against his supporters. The MDC says more than 100 supporters were murdered and thousands were beaten. A newspaper report says Zimbabwe's military leaders have pressured Mr. Mugabe to protect them from prosecution for their alleged crackdown on the opposition. Military commanders are worried, the report says, that if Tsvangirai's party oversees the police force, it might investigate the political violence. The government has denied the report. Tsvangirai has sought to reassure members of President Mugabe's party.
Vanhu vezanu must understand, we have no intention of embarking on a retributive agenda.
Briggs Bamba with Africa Action in Washington says a power-sharing agreement will not work unless the country establishes a truth and reconciliation process.
If people are to be forgiven for, some of the most heinous acts of abuses that we saw in the last 10 years, it has to be part of a political process. It can't just be ignored.
Some observers say without a unity government, the country's battered economy will deteriorate even further, deepening the humanitarian crisis that has left millions helpless and hungry. Chris Simkins, VOA News.